Hello again, traders. I I was about to put a post on Twitter, and I hate typing. And I said this on many of my old videos. I'd rather make a 10-minute video than type a huge long uh, X post, Twitter post. So I think I'm going to start doing that again because obviously a video it's not a problem for me, and it's probably more useful to any of my followers. So what happened here, and I wanted to talk about also the RSI histo. What happened here is I've been on the beach all morning, done my normal swim, and got back, as it happens, just before the London Open. If I've got my timings correctly, 8:25. Yeah, I don't. I have this on my charts and I never look at it properly, really. But with the British summertime and all that, I'm never sure, especially not being in the UK now, what's going on. Anyway, so it was shortly before the UK Open, which is not the best thing to do, but I was looking at all this stuff for the Frankfurt Open sort of time, and we could see they definitely pushed it down, done their playing around, swept up all the stops and all that sort of thing, if you believe all of that. And clearly, this is a different template, by the way. I was just using it to show a friend basics of RSI. So clearly, we don't want to be going short on this, and the higher time frames confirmed. But the point of this video is, oh, and by the way, you can see I took the trades and everything was hunky-dory. Gold was fantastic today. Gold has just moved fantastically again. But I like to spread the love around, as it were. So we got a little bit of DAX action today. And the point I wanted to make about the RSI, and in fact the whole 3CR sort of way to trade strategy, if you like. I used to be extremely hard on myself because I was a great believer of ultra discipline. If you go back years on Twitter, you'll see during the COVID era, I was talking about taking 5 pips, 1 trade a day, and then building up to 2 trades a day of 5 or 10 pips, and then now it's just crazy. Seeing gold trades of 20 pips, 50 pips. I don't, this was split into 2, this trade. So I take the meat and potatoes of the trade. I will have got 35 pips out of it, I think. 350 points, whatever you want to call it, or a little more. And then just up here was a support, SS support and resistance level that disappeared the moment it got broken. But that's what the final target was. In fact, there was I seem to remember there was a support, that a green level that wanted to be tested as, but I drew that in manually, wanted to be tested as new resistance. So there was a lot going on up there. So back to this sort of situation here. Now the RSI histo, as I explained in the previous video, wants to be, the break and close really needs to be above the bust. So there's your bust up, power. There's the candle showing some power and the arrow. And then we've got the pullback, clearly. So I've got back from the beach around about here and done a bit of analysis, and could clearly see that this was, and we've got this lovely level here, the W1 open, open and close, huge level. You can see it's broken it, come back to test it a few times, and then took off. So the whole point of this video, which I didn't want to write a novel about, is that I do relax my rules now if it's clearly all the different bits and pieces that break above this recent resistance here, break above these lines, and so on and so forth, then I will bend the rules here. I still want to bust, a good strong bust. I still want to see a pullback, of course, and then power to the upside. You've got to use common sense, and that's the point of this video as well. You could miss a lot of opportunities. And again, going back to screen time, I've seen this happen 1,000 times, probably 10,000 times, and missed out because I waited for the correct, the absolute 100% correct setup. We could have waited for here, and actually this looks like, I didn't notice that. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the TMA, aren't I? No, we definitely didn't clear that. But I do use the TMA in the same way. So I'm not sure whether we see the levels on that. I can't remember. It's so long since I've done it. 896. So let's have another look. Oops. That didn't look right. No, I think wherever you hover your mouse gives you the value. So if we get as near as we can to the top of that, I'm going to get 896 again. Or perhaps it just, you have to hover above, you can get it. Come down on it. 877. Sorry, this sort of thing, but we can see this actually. And I did actually write all sorts of stuff on using AI to actually build a RSI histo bust pullback. So now we can clearly see that this one has busted the high of that one. That's really good. And then the next candle would have been the absolute, well, not absolute perfect, but the next candle would have been the proper entry. As is, I took it a candle late because I was literally studying these charts on the fly, which is why it's not the cleanest entry. But as I said, based on everything else, we can now use a little bit more flexibility or common sense, if you want to call it that. Let's take that off and you can see that it's clearly above there. And we can also, as I mentioned before, screen time. I've always said there are new secrets, new things to learn about these indicators all the time. And you can build your own. You don't have to worry about my rules and stuff. The indicators, I would suggest you do use them. But, build your own, own it, in other words, as I used to say. Own your own strategy. No one's going to criticize you for it if you're making money at the end of the day. And another little thought that I probably would have put onto the X feed is that just don't be greedy. This all lots and lots of methods work. And I was thinking about this in the sea today. About someone said there was a long thread about people saying the PA was terrible. The PA, price action, is only terrible if you have got such a crappy set of rules like ICT makes you trade at certain times of the day and stuff. If you've limited yourself to a time of the day trading method, then you're leaving so much on the table. It's the stupidest thing you could ever do, and I've done it. I've done every stupid thing to do with trading as well. But that has to be the stupidest way to teach people to trade. US Open, only 5 minutes after, 3 minutes before, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And they're all there getting anxious, all with the finger on the button, waiting for the perfect FVG or IFVG or whatever it is these days. All I know is, I don't know what they're waiting for, but all I know is there's hundreds, if not thousands of them say, oh yeah, price action is terrible, price action has been horrendous recently. No, it hasn't. It might have been when you're all looking at your charts, but look at your charts and learn how to trade candlestick patterns, not times of day. Learn how to trade the movement, and the best way to do that is using momentum indicators and slope indicators, trend slope indicators. That is what that is. This is a momentum indicator. Stochastics, CCI, they all work. It's just that I was looking for the holy grail that worked perfectly with my 3 candle reversal and the 2B reversal. So what came first? It was the 2B reversal precision. Then I added momentum indicator to 2B reversals so that I could catch it at the exact right time according to Vic Sperandio's poke and trigger bars, which was really, really successful. The 3 candle reversal, the 2B reversal, well, the 2B came first, then I developed the 3CR, and then the icing on the cake was the RSI histo, and then I added the TMA slope. And I feel naked without them, the TMA slope. I could really trade without it, but as I said earlier in this video, I'm always learning. That's why you see new indicators come onto my charts and then they go, and they come back and they go. I was thinking about putting the RSI histo dashboard back on a while back. Bollinger Bands I took off just because I was chatting to a friend a while back and built this sort of pared down template. Anyway, I'm digressing now, but you know, this, all we got to wait, all we got to do is just draw something on the left and wait for it to happen on the right. And one way of staying out of bad trades is make sure if you've got a 3CR to the downside here, this is Revelant 3CR free indicator by Aaron, and it's on my pinned tweet again, then really and truthfully you want to see a 3CR to the upside, which would be this candle here. It's hiding behind oh no it isn't, oh yes it is there, he's drawn it on that one for some reason. That's the penultimate, probably the settings I've got, but that is Aaron's indicator telling us we should wait for a close above there. Oh, it's because this one hasn't closed yet. I expect it will move down. Let's watch that. I'll keep this away. What have we got? 1 minute 29. So I'll keep talking. Well, I don't need to. That's what happens. It will click onto that one when that one closes. And that is important. Someone asked about closes of candle. Well, it's TT actually. That closes of candles, yeah. Always wait for the close because, you know, this great big red candle could end up with a green candle in 1 minute and 8 seconds. So, yeah, candles have to close. You might have been on about the close of the markets as well, but when I looked at it later, I thought I might have answered that wrongly. But anyway, not to worry. So that's it. This whole video was really about this. Be flexible. These are set to different levels as well. The original was set to, oh, I've got mine at 11s now. I normally have it at 16s. The reason being I tested it on a EA I've built with AI, and you don't listen to people that say EA is built with the AI are rubbish, because you can make them as good as the Priceaction you use. So what I mean by that is I know my 3CR is fantastic for me, my belief, and if I can build an AI generated EA that matches the 3CR and all the different the precision levels of the 2B reversal, then I know that is fantastic. There you go, it's moved down to that candle, because now that is the penultimate low and that is the ultimate low, and if we close above there, then we have cancelled out this 3CR to the downside, and then we can start looking for an additional long trade. And that's why we wait for the pullback, because 3CRs often cause pullbacks, and it might pull back on, we're on M5, it might pull back on M1, and then we have to wait for the M1 to pull back to the right side as well. So it is such a logical, chart pattern in my head that I absolutely love it. I mean, we can see there's a 3CR to the long side just hiding behind there. There you go. 3 candle reversal to the long side. That I always look for that. If this had rejected and given a wick below there and failed to close, then I would start to really worry. But there is another caveat to that, is that I now look at the closes of the candles. So in this instance, we could actually start to get interested in the close above that doji's open. So, all sorts of nuances. But again, 5, 10, 15, 70,000 hours screen time when you're focusing on one method on multiple time frames every minute of the day, unlike those poor ICT people, brainwashed, they're stressing out. That's the worst thing you can do as a trader, is wait for a perfect setup 5 minutes after the US Open or whatever they happen to wait for. Wait for the perfect setup after a 3CR or a RSI histo bust pullback break and close. You've got thousands to choose from. Think about that. Let it sink in. You've got thousands of wonderful trading opportunities because you're trading candlestick patterns, which is what I've devised my EAs around, as opposed to times of the day to trade. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this has been of some help. I know I ramble all the time, but it's better than writing a whatever it is, 140 character tweet that you can't punctuate properly. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.